Have you ever wondered how the Roman Republic, one of the greatest political systems in history, came to be? Our journey begins in the year 509 before Christ, when the last Roman king was overthrown, and the Roman Republic was born. This wasn't just a change of leadership, no, it was a seismic shift that transformed Rome from a monarchy to a republic, a system where power was not inherited, but earned. At the heart of this new republic was an assembly dominated by the aristocracy, the patricians. They elected two consuls who served as the heads of state. These consuls held the highest political office, with powers equivalent to that of a king. But they held office for only 1 year, and each consul had the power to veto the other's decisions. This was a system designed to prevent the concentration of power in a single individual, a safeguard against tyranny. But Rome wasn't a utopia. The Republic was born amidst a struggle, a social war known as the Struggle of the Orders. On one side we had the patricians, the aristocratic elite, and on the other, the plebeians, the common people. The plebeians fought for political equality, for the right to hold political office, and for protection against the arbitrary power of the patricians. This struggle was not a fleeting moment. No, it was a tension that stretched across centuries, shaping the political landscape of the Roman Republic. It was a fight for rights, a fight for representation, a fight that eventually led to the creation of the tribunes of the plebs, a political office that protected the interests of the plebeians. The Roman Republic was not just a political system, it was a crucible, a place where ideas about leadership, power, and representation were tested and refined. It was a place where the concept of a republic, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, was brought to life. And so, the stage was set for a republic that would leave its mark on history. How did the Roman Republic assert itself as a dominant force in the Mediterranean? It was through a series of conflicts known as the Punic Wars, fought between Rome and Carthage from 264 BC to 146 BC. These wars, 3 in total, would prove pivotal in Rome's rise as the dominant power over the Mediterranean Sea. The First Punic War, spanning over 2 decades from 264 to 241 BC, was primarily a naval conflict. Rome, traditionally an army-based power, was forced to adapt its military strategy to combat the experienced Carthaginian navy. Despite initial setbacks, Rome ultimately prevailed, securing Sicily and marking its first overseas territory. The Second Punic War erupted in 218 BC, with the famous Carthaginian general Hannibal at the helm. Hannibal's audacious crossing of the Alps to invade Italy is a tale that has echoed through the ages. Yet, despite his tactical brilliance, the war ended in Roman victory in 201 BC. The outcome significantly expanded Rome's territories to include Spain and increased its influence over the western Mediterranean. The Third Punic War, from 149 to 146 BC, was a catastrophic end for Carthage. Rome, under the pretext of a breached treaty, laid siege to the city. After a 3-year blockade, Carthage fell. Its citizens were sold into slavery, its treasures looted, and the city was razed to the ground. These wars were not just about territorial gain, they were about control of trade routes, resources, and strategic advantages. They were about the assertion of power and the creation of an empire. With each victory, Rome's confidence and influence grew. The Republic's military prowess was undeniable, and its political structures proved adaptable and resilient in times of war. Yet, these victories did not come without a price. The Punic Wars took a huge toll on Rome, both in terms of human lives and resources. The Republic was left with a powerful military and a vast empire to control, leading to social and political tensions that would ultimately contribute to its downfall. Thus, Rome emerged as the undisputed power in the Mediterranean, but not without cost. Did you know that the Roman Republic was not just about external conquests, but also marked by internal strife? Indeed, beneath the Republic's facade of martial prowess and far-reaching influence, the gears of social conflict were ever grinding. The social fabric of the Republic was a complex tapestry woven with threads of socio-economic disparities. The plebeians, the common folk, chafed under the yoke of the patricians, the wealthy elite. The economic divide was not a mere fissure, but a gaping chasm. The plebeians were often burdened with debt, while the patricians prospered. This socio-economic imbalance gave rise to 2 political factions, the populares, who championed the cause of the plebeians, and the optimates, who represented the interests of the patricians. Their struggle for dominance was a central theme of the Republic's history, a tug-of-war that rocked the very foundations of Roman society. Key figures emerged from this struggle, figures who left an indelible mark on the annals of Roman history. Among them were the Gracchus brothers, Tiberius and Gaius. They were populares, champions of the plebeians, who sought to implement land reforms to alleviate the economic hardships of the common folk. Unfortunately, their efforts were met with resistance from the optimates, leading to their untimely deaths. Another figure of note is Julius Caesar, a popularis who rose to power amidst the Republic's socio-economic turmoil. Caesar, with his charisma and political acumen, navigated the choppy waters of the Republic's internal conflicts. His reforms were aimed at bridging the socio-economic divide, but his methods and rise to power were seen as a threat by the optimates, leading to his assassination. These internal conflicts may seem like the bane of the Republic, but it's essential to view them in a broader context. They were not just destabilizing forces, they were catalysts for change. These conflicts, these struggles for socioeconomic equality, sparked a flame of reform that would eventually reshape the political landscape of the Republic. These internal conflicts, while destabilizing, were the catalysts for profound political reform. How did the Roman Republic, a political powerhouse, eventually fall? The answer lies in a series of events that unfolded over time, transforming the Republic into an autocracy. The first domino to fall was the civil war that erupted between Julius Caesar and Pompey. Both were powerful figures in the Roman Republic. Caesar, a military genius, and Pompey, a respected statesman and general. Their rivalry for power was the spark that ignited the flames of civil war. As Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, a clear act of defiance against the Senate, he uttered the famous phrase, "The die is cast," signifying the point of no return. The subsequent war was bloody and brutal, but eventually Caesar emerged victorious. Caesar's victory, however, did not restore peace. Instead, it marked the beginning of the end for the Roman Republic. Caesar began to consolidate his power, declaring himself dictator in perpetuity. This was a stark departure from the Republic's values of shared power and term limits, and it was met with resistance. In a tragic turn of events, Caesar was assassinated by his own senators on the Ides of March, in a desperate attempt to restore the Republic. But the Republic was not to be saved. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death led to the rise of the Second Triumvirate, comprising of Mark Antony, Octavian, who would later become Augustus, and Lepidus. This trio was even more ruthless in their quest for power, conducting purges of their political enemies and dividing the Republic's territories among themselves. This eventually led to another civil war, this time between Mark Antony and Octavian. Octavian emerged victorious, and with his victory, the final nail was driven into the coffin of the Roman Republic. He renamed himself Augustus and became Rome's first emperor. Under his rule, the Republic was transformed into an autocratic regime, bringing an end to the era of the Roman Republic, and thus the Roman Republic fell, paving the way for the rise of the Roman Empire. So what did the Roman Republic leave behind, and why does it still matter? The legacy of the Roman Republic is both vast and enduring, with its influence stretching across millennia to touch nearly every aspect of our modern world. One of its most profound legacies lies in the realm of governance, particularly the concept of a representative republic. The Roman Republic, with its system of elected officials and checks and balances, provided a blueprint for modern democratic societies. Indeed, the founding fathers of the United States looked to Rome as they crafted their own system of governance. But the reach of Rome extends far beyond politics. The legal system of the Roman Republic, with its emphasis on codified laws and legal equality, laid the groundwork for many contemporary legal systems. The 12 Tables, Rome's earliest attempt at a legal code, still resonates in the principle that all citizens, regardless of status, should be treated equally under the law. In the realm of culture, the Roman Republic left a lasting mark as well. Latin, the language of the Republic, evolved into the Romance languages and influenced the development of scientific, legal, and religious terminology. Roman literature, philosophy, and art continue to be studied and admired, their themes and styles echoing in works produced even today. Perhaps the most significant aspect of the Republic's legacy, however, is the empire that followed its fall. The Roman Empire, which grew out of the ashes of the Republic, had a profound impact on Western civilization. It spread Roman law, language, and culture across a vast territory, creating a common cultural heritage that still binds Europe together. The empire's administrative and military strategies are still studied and emulated, and its architectural and engineering feats continue to inspire awe. And so the Roman Republic, in its rise, glory, and fall, continues to echo through the ages, shaping our world as we know it.